We are live! What does that thumbnail say, my friends? The Thunderdome concept. Failure. It's exactly what WWE did tonight, folks. Failure. Failure in every sense of the word. This shit looked absolutely ridiculous. Absurd on every possible human level. Ridiculous, man. WWE tonight made me the smartest man. Whoa, actually, I already was, so it's not even a fucking contest, man. WWE tonight solidified that I was the smartest man in the entire fucking community. Are you watching me? I'm the smartest motherfucker in this community. This face right here. What did I say? What did I say? Does anybody remember what I said for an entire week while blue check marks were sucking dick, while blue check marks were shilling, rushing to be in the Thunderdome? What happened? What happened? The same old shit. The same old show. SmackDown's creative apparently was left. Not that there was much of it anyway. It was left inside the Performance Center. It's pretty much non-existent nowadays, but WWE creative was not allowed in the Thunderdome. But geeks, slobs, virgins, 99% of the male populace that watches WWE was allowed in the Thunderdome, but not creative. It's great. SummerSlam, folks. My God, this may be the biggest summer scam of all time. Thank you guys so much for joining me, man. We're going to go over it all. We're going to shit all over it. Can't wait, man. Strap yourselves in, grab a cold beverage. Welcome to not the fucking Thunderdome, man. Welcome to Off the Scripts.
Delete this man.
What is going on, guys? Thank you so very much. I just benched somebody in the chat, man. What was his name? MMA Fan 20 benched. Stop hating. I liked it. Go watch a shill suck WWE dick tonight, bro. Not me. Not me. Not here for it. I don't want people here who are going to complain about me complaining. Go watch somebody else. Go listen to somebody else. I'm not asking you to fucking be here. Okay? You're here because you should want to be here. You're here because you want to hear the truth. You're here because you want to see somebody that is not blinded by the hype that is WWE. Because every time they do something like this, they inevitably let you down. And that's exactly what they did tonight. So please spare me. Spare me. I don't want to hear anybody's fucking complaints. I'm the only one allowed to complain in this realm, okay? You're lucky I allow you to be in the fucking chat. Motherfucker. Jesus Christ, man. I don't even know where to begin with this. I really don't. First of all, might as well start off with something positive because most of the show is going to be overwhelmingly negative. I will give WWE credit. They made it look great. It looks state of the art. It looks over the top like everybody expected it to be. It was nice to see the big stage. It was nice to see the pyro. It was nice to see the big screen, the Titantron back after 5 months of being non-existent. The wall, the video wall, the big version of WWE Clue, the big Zoom call, it looks very impressive. It really does. I will give WWE that. That's all I'm giving them. But my God, man, aesthetically, how can anybody say that this is going to make the shows better? How is anybody going to sit there and really make me believe that this is going to bring back... Vince actually thinks people are going to start watching the shows because of this shit. Seriously. I don't know where he gets that idea from, but I don't know how anybody thinks that this is going to bring back all of the millions of people that have abandoned SmackDown and Monday Night Raw. I just don't get it. Like I said in the beginning, man, WWE made me and this show the smartest show in the fucking IWC. There might have been one or two others that outwardly, publicly expressed what I did. But I know I talked about it with Jesse on Wednesday or Thursday or whenever we did fucking NXT. There was no AEW this week. We talked about that. I talked about it last week on the podcast. I talked about it today when I uploaded episode 340. I kept saying and repeating it because I want you guys to understand that no matter what they do, the creative is all that matters. We don't need pyro. We don't need a Titantron. We don't need a massive game of WWE fucking Clue. Because the last thing I want to look at is some fucking fat slob falling asleep during the show. Did anybody pinpoint how many females were actually on that big Zoom call? I counted maybe 2. One of them was a little questionable. 2 females. That's what is going to be in the crowd. I don't need any of this. You don't need any of this. None of the community needs any of this. You are all blinded. You're all a bunch of fucking idiots. It's exactly what you are. Everybody that got excited about this, you're all mental. Every single one of you. Why? Because the one thing that you're missing, the one most important thing, is creative. When you got Ed Koskey, Vince McMahon, and Bruce Pritchard running these shows, what is the combined age of all of them? Gotta be nearing 200 fucking years old. That's the problem. It's not some fucking Thunderdome. It's not some massive wall of Zoom fucking fans that we need in the arena. I don't need a Thunderdome. I need a dome full of people that actually know how to write a fucking wrestling show. That's what I need. That's what you should need and want. This show could have taken place in my parents' backyard. It's big enough. It's big enough. There's enough room there to set up a big ring. You can use the driveway for a fucking entrance. My mom's 1980 Volvo could be a nice backdrop for the fucking Fiend. I don't give a shit what is there. I really don't. All you needed to do was write compelling television. And you know what, Bruce? You know what, Vince? And everybody else that's shilling the shit out of this company? You would have had ratings. You would have had ratings. They might not be where you want them to be, but they wouldn't be sub-level 1.5. You'd have ratings. And if you had ratings, folks, this is the question of all fucking questions, the mother of all questions. If WWE had ratings, Do you honestly think they would have moved out of the WWE Performance Center? No. They would have never moved out of the Performance Center because there would be no reason for them to move out of the Performance Center. The reason why you got what you got today is because they don't want to lay the finger of blame on the one thing that we all know is to blame. They don't want to lay the finger of blame on the one thing, and they are running away from their fucking failures. That's exactly what they're doing. We didn't need any of this tonight. All we need is for Vince to be removed, Bruce to be removed, Ed Koskey to be removed, and anybody else that's fucking rubbing Vince McMahon's testicles. Removed. Get him out. Get him out. You put this fucking show, these shows, inside $1,000 fucking multi-thousand, gotta be near fucking millions of dollars to get this shit set up. And you are hiding your creative failures behind this. And all I seen tonight is a wall of negativity about it. I don't see how you're going to get the fans back in to watch this show. First of all, everybody posting memes about it looks like it's one big wall of a game of Clue. They're spot on. They're spot on. I don't really care to see that. There's no sound emanating from this. There's none. WWE has these people sitting there. Retribution opens the show. First of all, we go from Vince to Braun to Retribution, and then Vince disappears for the rest of the night. We'll talk about that in a second. But none of these people were reacting to anything. They were sitting there like this. Now, I don't know if that's a good look for everybody. They were just sitting there. One guy fell asleep. One guy had his headphones on. He was just looking around and he's doing this. And these people looked majorly uninterested in anything that was going on in that ring. That's not a good look for WWE, especially the people falling asleep, which I don't blame them because this show sucks. I don't need any of that. There's no sound emanating from these screens. The whole fucking point was to get a live fan experience into the show. If we can't hear the live fan experience, what's the fucking point? WWE had these people on a big Zoom call like wall that stretched around the arena, as you guys see in the thumbnail, and they piped in sound. They piped in crowd sound. And it sounded so ridiculous. I'm watching the beginning of the show, and I hear the cheers and the oohs and ahs, or whatever they pipe into the show. Braun Strowman comes out because the Fiend is out there stalking Vince McMahon. Yes, this actually happened. Braun Strowman comes out. Apparently, they forgot to hit the boo button when the Fiend came out. So I don't know if he's a heel or a babyface anymore. All of a sudden, the crowd, the dubbed-in, piped-in crowd sound ceases to exist. Because Braun Strowman's music plays, we don't hear any crowd during his theme music. It was almost as if they cut the audio track and it was an abrupt stop. I picked up on that because I got the ear of a musician. My brother is a musician. He's in the studio, engineering, writing, recording. So I got the ears of a fucking musician. Stopped. Dead. And then they pick it back up when Braun Strowman's in the ring, stalking Bray Wyatt as Vince McMahon rolls out of the way, never to be seen again for the rest of the evening. What's the point? It makes no sense whatsoever. And God knows what these people are going to be doing there. How long before we see somebody flash their fucking tits, male or female, on the screen in the Thunderdome? What happens when Sean's View fucking flashes his fucking dick again on the Thunderdome? What happens when somebody wears a Dean Ambrose t-shirt? Oh, that went around on social media this evening as well. Somebody was booted from the Thunderdome for wearing a Dean Ambrose t-shirt. What happens when somebody trolls WWE, wears WWE licensed merchandise, and takes off their shirt to reveal an AEW t-shirt on stream? Because you know what's going to happen. You know that's coming. What happens when someone does this? Someone got booted, I heard, because they started or wanted to start a New Day Rocks chant. We can't hear them. Why did they get booted? I don't really understand the ins and outs of how this works. You want a virtual fan experience for fans to engage in the WWE product, and then you want to boot them behind a ton of fucking rules and regulations that shouldn't even be in existence to begin with, because this entire concept is a waste of fucking time. This was an absolute eyesore. You look at it from the hard cam, blinding the shit out of you. It looks, and I'm going to use this word a lot tonight, it looked ridiculous. If you thought The Fiend wrestling in red light was bad, you watch this shit over a course of 2, 3, 4, 5 weeks, you're going to go fucking blind, man. Seriously. I'm going blind. I can't watch the show. Most of my fucking time, I spent my time on my phone with my head down because it was giving me fucking seizures. I couldn't bear to watch it for more than 10 minutes at a time. When they shifted camera angles, it looked a little bit better. I will admit, when they went to the side cam or one of the guys that are standing by ringside and they were doing the close-up of whoever was in the ring at the time, it looked decent. It looked good, but I don't know how this concept is going to last. I really don't. Especially with AEW allowing 10 to 15% fans inside Daly's Place for Dynamite on Thursday, this coming Thursday, which is a live show, by the way. And then they'll have live fans for All Out. 10 to 15%. 10% of people in Daly's Place is 550 people. If you up that to 10%, you're looking at 1,000 plus. That is enough with the proper protocols and procedures to make or break a wrestling show. Yet Vince has these geeks and these slobs and these virgins and these fucking marks and stands on the screen, and they're not doing anything. They're sitting there, they're sitting on their hands, not generating any excitement. Man, I don't believe I'm going to say this, but Jesus Christ, I actually would prefer them in the Performance Center, man. Rick Bugenhagen has more charisma than the entire WWE universe. Give me Shotzi Blackheart and Rick Bugenhagen. Back in the fucking PC, they actually generated real human energy. These people just sat there. Not knowing what to do, not knowing what to say, not knowing what to, say or boo or cheer or this and that, nothing. They were probably on a very, very short leash. One movement and then you'd be fucking booted. Needless to say, folks, this was an absolute failure. Again, I don't know how anybody can sit here and say, hey man, it's different. This is something that they needed. They didn't need any of it. You know what they fucking need? A new writing team. Because it's exactly what I said it was. The same old SmackDown, the same old shit inside a multi-billion-dollar production. Nothing's changed. Nothing's changed. So please spare me your fucking complaints. Spare me your criticisms on what I do and what I say and how I react and my opinion. Spare me your dick sucking on WWE's product. Spare me that, everybody in the community is loving it. JD's gotta hate it. Do you know why I hate on it? Because you guys deserve the truth. I could easily come on here and say something. Oh, man, it's great. Oh, man, I loved it. That wouldn't be the truth. You want that bullshit? Go watch somebody else. Seriously. Those are my thoughts on the Thunderdome. We got news and rumors on the Thunderdome. No question. We will go over that as we get on with the show. Couple things I want to go over with you guys. First of all, thank you all for being here live with me. I am not feeling well at all. Not sure if I have food poisoning or if I ate something bad today, but I had dinner right before SmackDown, and then forget about it. Forget about it. I'll be lucky if I make it through this fucking live stream tonight. So, thank you guys for joining me, even though I don't feel well. Might not sound like it, but I feel good voice-wise. I just don't feel good here. So hopefully we get through the live stream. First of all, before we even do anything, I want to send my thoughts and prayers to Brian Zane. Brian Zane and the entire Wrestling with Regret family. His mother passed away today, and he tweeted around 7:30 before SmackDown this evening that he will not be going live for SmackDown review on his channel. So I want to send my well wishes and my thoughts and prayers and my condolences to Brian Zane. I love you, man. You are one of the very few people in this community that I actually do watch, and it was a pleasure and an honor to work with you several years ago with the internet darlings that we did. But my thoughts and prayers go out to him. He's going through a difficult time right now. So if you guys want to go to Brian Zane on Twitter and send him your well wishes and thoughts and prayers, I would appreciate that. And I just want to send all the love that we can here from the Off the Script family over to him. He certainly needs it. Off the Script went live earlier this afternoon. We did episode 340. It was a damn good one. We talked about the Thunderdome, and we talked about Shane McMahon possibly being the new executive director over at Monday Night Raw. Why it could work, why it won't work, and why I don't think anything will work. So make sure you guys go and do that. Links for that will be down, as well as everything else. During the week, we did Monday Night Raw, we did NXT because there was no AEW. Me and Jesse went live on Wednesday. Really good stuff. Always great having Jesse on. Love his opinion on the product. You guys seem to be welcoming him into the family here on the podcast very well. So if you guys missed any of that, including all the extras I did, we talked about Renee Young. We talked about everything legitimately that broke this week. So ton of content for you guys. Links are down below in the description of this very video. All the playlists are right there, so it should be easy access for you guys. Follow me on Twitter at JD from NY206. That is on Twitter and Instagram. Hit that subscribe button down below. Turn on that bell for all notifications. Very important. We are dangerously close to 118,000 subscribers, man. We're right on the cusp. So make sure you guys go and do that. Super chats are open. Super chats are open if you guys want to interact with me at the end of the stream. If you guys want to join the channel as far as a membership, you guys, if you do join as a member, I would love it. I would appreciate it, most importantly. But if you guys sign up to be a member of the channel, you guys actually get a link to my Discord server, which is a beautiful off-the-script family. We all love each other in there. It's very respectful. We talk about wrestling. We talk about video games. We talk about current events, everything, man. You guys get a link to the off-the-script official Discord server, which nobody has. It's very exclusive. And you guys get a nice little emblem as well. That'll show up in the chat here. So if you guys want to go and do that, I would appreciate it. Thank you guys so very much. And today's show is sponsored by Audible. audibletrial.com/offthescript. Make sure you guys go and sign up. 30 days free of their service and one free audiobook of your choice. You guys can go and do that. Helps out the podcast. Helps me out. Helps out Audible. 30,000. Actually, no, I'm sorry. 200,000 audiobooks available. So make sure you guys make it the right one because you only get one. And you guys can sign up, get 30 days. Not 30,000 days. That would be great. But 30 days of their service and one free audiobook. audibletrial.com/offthescripts. Also, guys, if you're listening on iTunes and Podbean and all those audio platforms, we love a 5-star review, especially on iTunes. Helps out the channel. And we just put in to be linked with Amazon Prime and I believe Audible as well. Audible's doing podcasts. So we've submitted the podcast for Amazon Music and Audible as well. So hopefully I get approved for that. I'll let you guys know on Twitter. So that would be great. I don't know where you guys stream from. I got Spotify, so I love my Spotify because I get unlimited Hulu with that. So I'm not going anywhere with that. But if you guys are on Amazon Music. Off the Script might be heading to Amazon Music in the next couple of weeks. I will let you guys know about that. Hit the thumbs up, man. What am I looking at here? 540 thumbs up. What the fuck's going on? Hit that thumbs up, man. Got to get it to 1,000. There's 1,400 fucking people in here. 1,000. It's not too much to ask, right? Come on, man. Anyway, let's get on with the news. Got some Thunderdome news. Why wouldn't I? WWE Thunderdome. Apparently, they had moderators. WWE was looking out for the inconsistencies with their policies inside the Thunderdome. Wrestling Inc. has cleared up some of the questions about how fans will rotate on the screens around the ring. Keep in mind that the company reserves the right to take anyone off the screen for any reason whatsoever. So if you think you're going to be funny and wear a WWE licensed Chris Jericho t-shirt, WWE is going to boot you. They're going to boot you. And I would love to see somebody get into the Thunderdome and wear some off-the-script merchandise. They may get you booted as well, knowing these fucking people. It is reported that WWE will swap out fans every 15 to 30 minutes. Fans might find their image in a different part of the Thunderdome. When they first start, you guys might end up on the opposite side of the arena by the time the second hour is continuing. So the fans in the virtual audience will be rotated every 15 to 30 minutes. After that time, the viewer could be repositioned to another location on the video board or removed from the live feed entirely. Viewers will not be in the audience for the entire show. So that's that. That is reported on Wrestling Inc. Now, they do have fans on standby. I tried to get into the SummerSlam Thunderdome, but that shit was, again, sold out in like 10 minutes. So I don't know if they're sending out emails or Twitter notifications or whatnot. So getting into this thing just for the general people like you and I, it may be absolutely ridiculous to even try. But I tried for SummerSlam, no luck. I'll try again for Raw. But WWE is actually taking emails. And if you fuck up, WWE has your email, and if you do something ridiculous like, for example, wear an AEW shirt inside the Thunderdome while they're live streaming you into the arena, they will take your email and they will actually put you on a block list. You'll be on a blacklist for WWE, so you won't be able to sign up for the Thunderdome ever again. So just keep in mind of WWE's practices here. They're compiling a list of banned fans. So if you do something stupid, you better make it worth your while. You better make it something memorable. So I just want you guys to know that as well as we head into the fall and winter with the Thunderdome becoming a regular thing. So that was pretty much that. Let's get on with the show, man. I gave my opinion on the Thunderdome. I gave you guys whatever news I had here. That was pretty much it. SmackDown took place inside the Amway Center, a.k.a. the Thunderdome. Vince McMahon, it was tweeted out earlier in the day that he would start SmackDown on Fox. He welcomed everybody to SmackDown. He was there. His wrinkly, old bag of bones self, Vince McMahon, was there. The fans with the LED boards behind Vince lit up. He was standing amongst the WWE universe. He had a face that only a mother could love. He didn't seem to really care at all about anybody being there. He was like, I gotta stand amongst these fucking casuals who yell at me all day long about how my show sucks. So he was standing there. Said nobody brings the thunder like WWE. Which is why this Sunday, you'll never see it coming. He said, not only this Sunday, but each and every week. What exactly will I not be seeing coming, Vince? What exactly won't I see coming? A good show? Decently written creative? I see that every fucking week. It's going to be a shock when I actually get a good fucking show on Monday or Friday night. Then all of a sudden, the lights went out, and The Fiend sound effects started to play. Everything in the arena started going out. Now, the LED boards were obviously a part of this shtick for The Fiend. Now, I'm not sure if you're live streamed into the Thunderdome, what you're actually seeing. I'm not sure. I don't think you really see anything. You're watching SmackDown. It's like a live stream, live reaction. You're watching the show, but you're kind of reacting to it in the WWE universe. So I'm not sure you see anything, but you're watching the show. So you're watching the show, and then all of a sudden you see the lights go out, and then you don't see yourself. So I'm wondering how they're going to be able to do that every single week. But the entire arena went dark. All the LED boards with the fans went dark, so there were no fans here for The Fiend's entrance. The dome of the Thunderdome lit up with The Fiend graphics as laser lights were strobing through the arena. I'll tell you what, man, it's very impressive. WWE's production is always very impressive. You know, the entrances and the feel. It really did feel like a WrestleMania feel tonight. I will give them that. I don't really care to see The Fiend entrance on SmackDown. Some things should just be saved for the pay-per-view. That's always the way I've thought. Why give something like that away on basic television? That's 2 times this month we've now seen The Fiend do an entrance on SmackDown. The more you do that, like this, for this segment, which meant absolutely nothing, the less it's going to be meaningful when an actual pay-per-view comes around. Now, what's going to be the difference? You had The Fiend in the Thunderdome on Friday night. You couldn't save this entrance for Sunday when he wins the Universal Championship against Braun Strowman? I don't really understand that. You gave away his SummerSlam entrance because the entire Thunderdome played additionally into Bray Wyatt's entrance. The entire Fiend concept was playing on the big LED boards where the fans were. Scrolling back and forth, you seen the Fiend's mask, and they had the red and the orange and the yellow contoured lights just going back and forth with all the lasers going off. That usually goes off during his entrance. He made his way down to the ring with the lantern. It looked phenomenal. But why are you giving that away already? Some things I just don't understand. WWE, you know, they like to get trigger happy. They don't know anything about keeping things memorable or important or special. They want to give everything away right up front. It's like they're at the poker table and they got a decent hand. It's not even a hand that you'd even go all in on. They'll be sitting at the fucking table and you got a pair of deuces, right? The dealer gives you a pair of deuces. They go all in. First fucking thing. And then you got the flop, and then the river, and the turn, and you got nothing. You're sitting there with a fucking pair of deuces. Meanwhile, the guy across from me, he's got a fucking full house. They give everything away. It's unreal. So Michael Cole, I might be off on this. I actually tweeted something out during SmackDown. Over under 13. I went with unlucky number 13. Over under on how many times Michael Cole and Corey Graves said WWE Thunderdome. I think they were over 13. Easily. Easily they were over 13. So if I actually bet on that in Vegas, I would have won some big money. Drinks for everybody. So McMahon was in the ring, frozen. Fiend comes in the ring. He puts the lantern on the apron, crawls into the ring. Michael Cole called the Fiend maniacal, sick, and twisted. Oh my God. Maybe the Fiend of last year's SummerSlam, but the maniacal, sick, and twisted Fiend, he's buried in Saudi Arabia somewhere. Never to return. He may still be trying to find his way back home. I don't know what he's talking about. So he stood in front of Vince McMahon, and the show was already underway, 5 minutes in. McMahon took a big gulp like he was scared. It's like a comedy show. He's like, oh. He's standing there. And we heard all of this piped in fake crowd noise, which was obvious from the jump. Obvious from the start. About 30 seconds of them looking at each other. Braun Strowman walked out. That's when all the crowd noise ceased to exist. Braun Strowman's music hit. He came down the aisle. The Strowman Express. Right, he came down. And then Strowman entered a face-off with The Fiend. And Vince McMahon left the ring. Vince McMahon left the ring after Braun Strowman showed up. to save him and take the Fiend's attention away from Vince, and he wanted the Fiend's attention directed at him. Vince disappeared. Where did Vince go? Vince had an important announcement to make. You mean to tell me that Vince opted to be on television to say that nobody brings the thunder like WWE? WWE brings a lot of things, folks. It's not the fucking thunder. It's not. If I want to hear the sound of thunder, I'll turn on my sound machine, my sleep machine, after the stream is over and fall asleep nice and gently to the sound of fucking rain falling with thunder and lightning in the background. They bring the thunder? No, they bring the disappointment. They bring the failure. They bring the sadness. They bring the laziness. Logic gap after logic gap after logic gap. That's what they bring. But the thunder? No. So Vince McMahon opted to be on television because he wanted to tell everybody that WWE brings the thunder and nobody else does it like them. I'm sorry, Vince, this isn't a new concept. Sorry to break the bad news for you. Soccer's doing it. NBA's doing it. MLB's doing it. So you're late to the party there, bruh. I don't understand it. Where did he go? Part of me wants to say that Vince stood in the ring and dwarfed Bray Wyatt as a way to kind of not really bury him, but kind of give off the vibe that the Fiend isn't scary. Even the Fiend is not afraid, or Vince McMahon, rather, is not afraid. The boss is not afraid of the Fiend. So Vince kind of wanted to stand up to the Fiend almost as if he's bigger than everybody. That's exactly the vibe that I got. Vince wanted to do this, and they produced this segment with Bray Wyatt to come out with Vince McMahon so that Vince McMahon can stand up to the one guy who's probably the more popular superstar on the WWE roster over everybody. And he wanted to kind of just say, you know what? I'm not afraid of you. I'm Vince McMahon. I allow you to be here. Not even he was afraid. So if the boss is not afraid, then why would anybody else be afraid? You got to lead by example, right? So if Vince is not afraid, then everybody should kind of act like Vince in this case against Bray Wyatt. Why would anybody be afraid of him? I didn't like that at all. It's the little things that you pick up on when watching this show. It's the little details. And WWE makes a lot of mistakes. All of those things add up at the end of the evening, folks, and that's why we're here. So all of a sudden, Strowman faced off with the Fiend, had a few words for him, more piped-in crowd noise that sounded terrible. Retribution members came out of nowhere. We had 7 guys come out and then 5 guys. So we had all these Retribution members gathering around ringside. All of a sudden, the lights went out. Lights came back on. The Fiend was gone. And Braun Strowman was in the ring. He was being beaten down by Retribution. Yet nobody knows anything going on with these guys. All of the WWE locker room came out, led by Big E. Sheamus came out. Matt Riddle came out. A bunch of others came out. Then we got a second group of guys coming out. That was led by Baron Corbin. John Morrison was there. Tucker, Otis, a bunch of other guys. And then all of a sudden, The Miz arrives last. But The Miz arrived after Retribution had been chased off. 2 things here. One, The Miz is acting very strange. And there's a reason for him in this role here. The way that they have been going about The Miz. Obviously, it's leading to something. Otherwise, they wouldn't be really highlighting it because it was blatantly obvious what he was doing. He's afraid of Retribution, quote unquote. That's what we're to believe. He's afraid of Retribution, doesn't want to hurt himself fighting a gang of thugs. But everybody kind of is zoned in on this. Everybody's saying it. The Miz, a main roster act, may actually be a part of Retribution. Now, I don't know why. If that is the reason, I'm not saying that it is, but it's definitely something that is going to be discussed on every podcast you listen to from here on out. And people are going to be paying attention to it. Why is The Miz in Retribution then if that is a possibility? Why? I'm telling you right now, WWE is going to need one hell of a fucking backstory, which I don't think they're capable of, to make me believe that Miz is in Retribution. Why the fuck would Miz be in Retribution? What has WWE done to Mike Mizanin? He met his wife through WWE. He was an MTV reality superstar that got a job with WWE on a whim. He was bullied in the back because of his background. He rose above the negativity and the bullying to become a respectable WWE superstar. He has 2 kids with Maurice. God knows how many Intercontinental Championship reigns he had. Tag Team Championship reigns. He main evented WrestleMania with John Cena, of all people, as the WWE Champion. A main event that included The Rock. He's been the face of WWE PR for years. So I would love a backstory, if that's the case, on why The Miz is in Retribution against WWE. What could they have possibly done to Mike Mizanin? I don't get it. I don't think WWE is capable of that. I really don't. The second thing is, folks, and this one may shock you, but this is something that I think about during these shows. You have the entire SmackDown locker room out there beating down Retribution, and not one single guy goes for a mask to unmask these people. You have 13 fucking guys out there. 13 Retribution members out there. And you can't unmask or go for one mask and pull a mask off these fucking guys to see who is running shot on your brand, on Raw, invading your building? How stupid is that? I don't give a fuck what these guys are doing to Braun Strowman. Let me get my hands on one of these guys and unmask these fucking people. But I guess that's too logical for WWE. I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I'm speaking in the way that I would book the show. Not in the way Bruce Pritchard has booked the show. So I'm sorry. I don't really understand it. So we go from that to commercial and then back to the Thunderdome. Big E versus Sheamus. This is continuing from where they left off last week. So all the SmackDown wrestlers are around ringside, keeping an eye out for Retribution. Big E took it to Sheamus early. So we got the lights flickering during this thing, and everybody wondered if Retribution was going to come back out. Big E came back during a commercial break, landed a big running splash. Sheamus started to mount a comeback as well. He kneed Big E in the chin. Sheamus hit white noise, which always looks impressive, especially on a guy like Big E. So then on the outside, all of a sudden we get Baron Corbin fighting with Matt Riddle. Riddle started to fight back. Otis and a group of other guys tried to separate them. Dana Brooke was in there. I don't know what the fuck she was doing out there. Maybe Titus let her go for a little bit because he had something in the oven. It was a surprise. He wanted to bake Dana Brooke a surprise for catering for dessert. That's why she was out there. So she was in there in the melee trying to break these guys up. Big E took a distracted Sheamus and rolled him up for a 3 count. So Sheamus, of all people, the guy who wants to drink Guinness and kick ass, is distracted by what's going on the outside. How stupid. How stupid. Now, during all of this, Jeff Hardy was in the back. Apparently, he was in the melee here, and he was in the brawl on the outside, as was AJ Styles. And as we've seen later on in the show, Jeff Hardy was actually out there defending the WWE roster against Retribution, or at least trying to. AJ, instead of doing anything else like these other idiots on the show, he actually was the smart one. He went not for everybody else, because fuck everybody else. He knows he's got a championship match against Jeff Hardy this evening, and he went to attack Hardy when Hardy was just too busy looking out for Retribution, kicked him right in the leg, took out his leg, and Hardy didn't know when it happened. He figured it was Retribution. Or during the melee, the Retribution melee, when Braun Strowman was being attacked, AJ attacked Jeff Hardy thinking it was a Retribution member. So that was fantastic. AJ Styles is great. Whoever booked that said that little teeny tiny itty bitty segment, that one moment was great. I love it. And it plays perfectly into the heel role that AJ has been playing. So Jeff was in pain. Medic was looking after his knee. He asked for a brace because he couldn't miss the AJ Styles match and the Intercontinental Championship. So that was the big story there for the main event of the show. Lucha House Party. They were headed to the ring. I got to shout out Kalisto again, man. Kalisto looks absolutely phenomenal. Holy shit, man. I don't know what he did to himself in the time off from WWE, but my God, man. He looks unreal. Absolutely amazing. In the best shape I think I can possibly ever imagine Kalisto being in. He looks great. Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura versus the Lucha House Party. This was Gran Metalik and Lince Dorado. Kalisto was on the outside. SmackDown Tag Team title match. Now, I'm glad that this happened tonight and not at SummerSlam because it really doesn't deserve a SummerSlam stage. What I thought they would do is save this for Payback. But WWE did it here. So Cesaro and Nakamura win in 6 minutes. There really wasn't much to this. The biggest thing that happened in this match was Metalik flew over the rope and went for Cesaro, but Cesaro didn't catch him, and he landed flat back on his back, hitting the concrete. I don't know what he was going for. I really don't know what the fuck he was going for. My logical guess here was A, he was trying to go for a Hurricane Rana. He might have been going for a Hurricane Rana over the top rope on Cesaro. I'm not sure what was supposed to happen there. Maybe he was supposed to land the Hurricane Rana, or maybe Cesaro was supposed to catch him mid-Hurricane Rana and maybe do the Cesaro swing on the outside or throw him into the commentary table, but this was a major botch that I think gave Gran Metalik a concussion because he looked completely fucking out of it, and that was the end of the match right there. So a minute later, Cesaro counted a flying move by Dorado and rolled him up for a 3 count. I don't know what Dorado was going for. He was looking for a possible sunset flip, I believe, and then Cesaro countered that into one of his own, and Cesaro wins the match for he and Nakamura in 6 minutes. They retain the tag team titles. So that kind of axes them from contention for the tag team championships. No more rematches. I thought legitimately that WWE was going to give the tag team titles to the Lucha House Party and then book this match at Payback because it would fit into the Payback theme, right? Maybe they win by via a nefarious action or mean. Maybe Kalisto gets involved and kind of helps his boys win the match. They win the titles. We get Payback at the pay-per-view for the tag team championships because they don't really have much booked for that show now anyway. But that didn't even happen. Now WWE just went for the kill right here. Lucha House Party loses. They don't deserve a tag team title match after this because they lost clean. They didn't deserve a tag team title match to begin with to even be here tonight. And the best thing of all is Kalisto. He was upset. Kalisto was upset about the loss and got in the face of Dorado. They started shoving each other. Metalik tried to play peacemaker here and break both of them up from arguing. This could be the best possible thing out of all of this. You can still have the Lucha House Party. You can still have Lince Dorado and Gran Metalik. But the way Kalisto was looking, man, my God. You can do anything with him in that new role of his. He looks phenomenal. Put him back down in NXT. A Kalisto versus Santos Escobar match would be fucking great. The Lucha House Party versus Legado del Fantasma on NXT would be great. Seriously. Me and Jesse talked about Legado del Fantasma on Wednesday. They are missing the boat with that fucking group. Santos Escobar may be the Cruiserweight champion. That doesn't mean he's got to be on 205 Live exclusively. Or on NXT exclusively. That title should range across all 3 shows. But WWE doesn't care. They look at the Cruiserweight title as a bad thing. I'm looking at the Cruiserweight title, especially in that group, on Santos Escobar. I'm looking at that as a big fucking deal. You can do anything with that championship. Honestly. You could feud them against Lucha House Party. You could feud them against Cedric, Ricochet, and Ali. You could feud them against Angel Garza and Andrade. I mean, look at how much competition would be there for Santos Escobar with his vision and his mission in Legado del Fantasma. Look at what you could possibly do to tell the story about him re-envisioning Lucha Libre in his own way. I don't understand it. Yet we're sitting here with fucking this on SmackDown. Unreal. Kayla Braxton, she interviewed AJ Styles. By the way, Talking Smack is coming back this weekend. I believe it's happening after TakeOver. And it will not be Renee Young. She may be AEW bound eventually. Not immediately, but eventually. And Daniel Bryan will not be a part of it. It will be Xavier Woods and Kayla Braxton. And I talked about this already. You know, it was possibly a ploy or a decoy to kind of lure Renee Young back. And now that Renee Young is not staying with the WWE, they're bringing it back anyway. I don't know why they need Talking Smack back. It's not the same without Renee. It's not the same without Daniel Bryan. A lot of people really aren't going to watch it because the original charm of the show is not going to be there in this new version. They didn't really have any script on the old show. And that was when SmackDown in 2016 was some of the best SmackDown I've ever seen. That 2016, third and fourth quarter of 2016 SmackDown, the best SmackDown besides the SmackDown 6 era. That was great. You know, we all have our fond memories of SmackDown. That's definitely one of them for me. And it's not going to be the same. It's not going to have the same charm. It's going to be micromanaged and scripted. So the show's immediately going to be a failure unless they go and give it that same feel and charm as the original had. So Kayla Braxton's going to be part of that. She was here on this show. She approached AJ Styles, who defended his actions by saying he was more aggressive in defending WWE against Retribution than Hardy was, and Hardy happened to get in his way. So I like that excuse there by AJ Styles. He said Hardy's career is a waste as usual. He walked away with his smug look as always. No Joseph Park here. He crossed paths with Sasha Banks and Bayley. He said they look almost as good as he does with those belts. So they all celebrated because they're all champions. So obviously, we will see Sasha Banks and Bayley later on in the show. But before we did that, we got to Mandy Rose. Kayla actually interviewed Mandy right away, immediately. Mandy Rose with her short, new blonde haircut. Thankfully, she's okay because the situation with her and Sonya Deville could have ended up being a lot worse. And I hope that guy rots in prison for an incredibly long time. This fucking creep, this geek, this pervert, this fucking scumbag. My God, man. I think, honestly, the way Sonya Deville looked tonight, he should be counting his lucky stars that he is where he is, because those two women legitimately would have cut his fucking balls off, in my honest opinion. But I'm glad that they're okay, because that could have ended up being a lot worse. We could have been sitting here reporting about a lot worse. Mandy Rose was interviewed. She said she doesn't know what's going on in Sonya Deville's head, but she needs to believe there's still good in this world. She's had a rough week. No shit. She's had a rough week. She said they've been through so much together as best friends. She looked at the camera, and as she talked, she said she believes the old Sonya is still somewhere in there. And she suggested that they put everything behind them and don't do this hair versus hair match at SummerSlam. She said she's choosing to see the good in Sonya Deville. So that was that. So I'm interested in where this is going. And I was curious to see if Sonya was actually going to give an answer tonight. I assume so, because we are 2 days away from SummerSlam. So Sonya and Mandy right now, I'm really enjoying the back and forth between these two. Like I said on the podcast, or like I'll say tomorrow when we do the SummerSlam preview and predictions, Sonya has done the best work of her career with what she's got going on right now. And I'll talk about her in just a little bit when she comes out. But not only has Sonya transformed herself into something really, really good, Mandy is also undergoing a transformation as well. It's not just the blonde hair being cut, but she's also getting a little bit more intense. We're seeing a nice transformation of Mandy. She went from blonde bombshell to, I'm a bikini model, who was very admirable in the ring. She was not bad at all. And then with the Sonya Deville storyline, she's gotten intense, she's gotten physical, she could really go in that style. And then you see the sweetheart Mandy Rose, who wants to do good here because of what happened. And I'm just really enjoying the growth of both Mandy and Sonya. So I'm enjoying what they got going on here. And I think you guys, if you watch SmackDown tonight, I think you've become a little bit more invested as well, just like I have, in what they're going to be doing at SummerSlam, because they added a nice little caveat to their match on Sunday night, which I think is going to take it up a level. And like I said, I think we're going to see a full transformation of both women. And this is a stage that I think they deserve. I didn't really think they deserved this. This match, to me, before all the Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville stalker shit, I said last week that this match should have been on the show tonight, and AJ and Jeff Hardy should have been on Sunday's SummerSlam show, but I kind of take that back now. I think with the added stipulation, I think both of them are going to possibly steal the show. And very much looking forward to that. I'm actually looking forward to that more than a lot of the men's matches on Sunday night. So we'll see what happens. Sasha Banks, she came out with Bayley. They made their way to the ring for an in-ring interview with Corey Graves. The first thing he asked was if they were splitting up. I don't know why you would ask that question. You're just blatantly trying to get to the end here, across the finish line, and you're not really hiding the situation here. Yes, I get it. I think everybody watching the shows know that they are going to eventually combust and burst and blow up. But that doesn't mean Corey Graves has to egg it on. Let it happen naturally. Seriously. It's like they're rushing to the finish line with both of these two, because they don't have anything else. It's like they have no gas left in the tank. So they both said at the same time, no, we're not. Sasha then said she will destroy Asuka and accused Graves of stirring the pot with his bullshit questions. Bayley said her volunteering to go first at SummerSlam was just a suggestion. Banks said, why are you always throwing me out there and doing things for me and trying to volunteer for me? So she sounded irritated. So Sasha's finally grasping at the fact that Bayley is kind of taking advantage of their friendship. Bayley said that they can go and win no matter what, no matter who goes first. Naomi's music then hit. She entered the ring and asked to face both of them. So Sasha said she's on. She asked who wanted to go first. And then Corey Graves playing Booker here on SmackDown, because I guess Bruce fell asleep with the other fucking geeks in the Thunderdome. Graves suggested a beat the clock challenge. I hate beat the clock challenges. I really do. You know, when there's a beat the clock challenge, you're in for a rush job. That's it. You're not in for a wrestling mat classic. You're in for some bullshit that's going to end in about 2 minutes flat. I hate them. It's one of the worst gimmicks in all of WWE, period. Naomi dropkicked both of them as they were discussing who would go first. It ended up being Sasha Banks and Naomi first. Banks wins in 3 minutes. Naomi obviously was not going to beat both of them. I'm surprised she even beat any one of them tonight, to be honest with you. Sasha Banks makes her tap out at 3 minutes with a bank statement. That's pretty much it. Nothing really of note here. Wasn't the most crisp I've seen both women, but it is what it is. So I really wonder if Naomi won this match, what would have happened? If Naomi won this match, what would they have done? Honestly, I don't really understand the logic there. This didn't really make anybody look good. Bayley lost right before SummerSlam. And if Naomi won this match and she beat Bayley, then it would be kind of on Banks and Bayley, like you would almost be kind of lowering one over the other. Oh, Banks is better than Bayley. Oh, look, she lasted longer than Bayley. Or Bayley lasted longer than Banks. Why are you making them look weak going into SummerSlam in any way? Whether it's through the beat the clock or losing to Naomi. Why are you even putting Naomi in this situation to begin with? It's almost as if they used her to further a story that was already there that didn't need to be told tonight. Yes, we get it. Sasha Banks is going up against Asuka. Bayley is going up against Asuka. I don't give a fuck who goes first. There should not be separate matches to begin with at SummerSlam. Asuka shouldn't even be fighting twice at SummerSlam. If you really wanted to pit both of them against each other the way that you did tonight, you could have put them in a triple threat match and save everybody fucking time. So you make Sasha look bad, you make Bayley look bad, you make Naomi look bad. For what? For what? I mean, this all could have been avoided by giving them a triple threat match at SummerSlam and building the conflict in that match there. People are stupid. I cannot sit here and give WWE passes on their stupidity. It's ridiculous. So Naomi beat Bayley in 2 minutes. The clock began counting backwards from the time that Sasha gave, right? So Naomi called Bayley with a rear view for the win in 2 minutes. So I don't know what it is with Naomi, man. I really don't understand. Listen, I love Naomi. I think she's athletic. She's better than what we've seen tonight. She's better than what we've seen against Lacey Evans. A lot of what Naomi did with Banks and a lot of what Naomi did against Bayley tonight, man, it did not feel crisp. It did not feel like she knew what she wanted to do. It didn't come off fluid. I don't know what it is, man. It sounded, it looked rehearsed almost. Like they're just going through the motions. It's probably a woman that doesn't give a fuck, that knows that she's just being used to further the storyline and she has nothing to do with this storyline. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. This was a complete waste of everybody's time. Waste of Naomi, Sasha, and Bayley's time. Asuka came out to the stage, she danced, and she spoke in Japanese. She was doing the Teddy Long and whatever the fuck she was doing, right? So Banks ran at Asuka, kicked her, then charged to the ring and went after Bayley. And Sasha was laid out. Bayley fled and ran right past Sasha on the stage. She did not even kneel down to see if her best friend was okay. She took her SmackDown title, she took her tag team title, and she ran out of there to get away from Asuka. Meanwhile, she did not check on Sasha Banks. It's almost as if WWE is just rushing to get through all of this Sasha and Bayley stuff and get us to their eventual split. Yes, I get it. Stop rushing us to the finish line. Like I said, and let me reiterate again, nothing that happened here tonight should have even happened. Or anything that happened, I should say, that happened tonight should not have happened. The conflict should have been in a triple threat match. Asuka, Bayley, and Sasha at SummerSlam. Whether you unify the titles, have Asuka 2 belts, or whatever the fuck you want to do there, I wouldn't even go and do that. Some people have already heard tomorrow's off the script. I'm going to go over when I talk about Sonya Deville what I do. So that was that with the ladies. Trainer was giving Hardy an approval. He said if he can hop on his leg and work in the brace, I'll clear you to go. And then Jeff Hardy said this one-legged man is going to become the Intercontinental Champion again tonight. Kayla Braxton interviewed Sonya. She said she has nothing to say, and I will say it to the entire world outside. So catering came up to Sonya Deville and asked what her favorite dessert in the past month was in Titus Catering. Sonya was not pleased. Sonya said, I don't like anything Titus bakes. He's not a baker, but I enjoy his southern cuisine. Get the fuck away from me. Slapped catering in the face, and that was it. By the way, catering is Dana Brooke. If you guys are wondering who the fuck is this guy talking about, catering is Dana Brooke's nickname here on the podcast, because that's where she dwells. Catering. Sonya Deville walked out, and she asked for her music to stop, cut the music, and she said Mandy is second-guessing her challenge for a haircut. She asked, what does she want? She said they should raise the stakes by making it a no DQ match. She said the loser has to leave WWE. Hair or no hair, I'm sick of looking at your hair. And then she continued to say, you better bring your A game at SummerSlam, bitch. And that was the end of the promo. So this is not only a loser leaves town match, but it's a no DQ match now. Now, I don't know what that means. I don't know where the fuck they're going with this, but like WWE's been saying, you'll never see it coming. Who's going where? Who's leaving WWE? Is it going to be Mandy? Is it going to be Sonya? Is somebody's contract up that we don't know? Has Mandy quit the WWE? Does she want to go do modeling? What does she want to do? Somebody going back down to NXT? Who's going where? Who's leaving the company? I don't know. But I will say this. I said it on Twitter. I'm going to say it here again tonight. I think after all that happened, and thankfully both women are okay after that scary home invasion, that fucking creep. He's behind bars. Good for him. I hope he fucking rots in there. I think Sonya Deville, after all of this, is actually going to become a bigger superstar. There's no way anybody watching this match is going to be able to boo any one of these women, knowing what had happened to both of these women that were in the same house in separate rooms while this guy was invading or breaking into the house. There's no way anybody's going to boo these women. Now, I don't know what the loser leaves town stipulation is going to do. I really don't. That's a nice little twist. You'll never see it coming. I appreciate WWE keeping me on my toes. I'm always on my toes, Bruce. Believe me. With you writing, I'm always on my fucking toes. But I honestly think, no matter what they do with the no DQ, and no matter what they do with the hair versus hair, or the loser leaves town match, loser leaves WWE match, I honestly think WWE should do something else with the entire you'll never see it coming. Now, tomorrow's podcast, I recorded this earlier in the day on Thursday. You guys are not going to see it till tomorrow. I recorded 2 separate videos. I recorded my SummerSlam predictions, and then I did Friday's show. I usually do Friday's show late in the day. Like, I usually finish up around 5, 6, 7 o'clock. I wanted to do SummerSlam predictions for Friday's show, but I'm like, it's too soon. It's too soon. It's going to get lost in the algorithm on YouTube. Why not? I'll just do it now, and I'll upload it on Saturday. Some people have already seen it. It's going up on Patreon tonight after the podcast is over. And I said, what about Otis? What about Otis? Otis is the Money in the Bank briefcase holder. And I don't think anybody thinks that Otis is going to cash in. No matter if it's SummerSlam or if it's after SummerSlam. I don't think Otis is cashing in on a Bray Wyatt or a Braun Strowman or anybody for that matter. I don't even know why he won the briefcase. I don't know why Otis is holding the Money in the Bank briefcase. He's not a WWE champion. Nobody looks at Otis and thinks WWE champion. So what if Otis comes down and Mandy loses the match and Otis opts to be the guinea pig here? If Mandy loses the match, what if Otis gives his hair up instead of Mandy Rose? Or better yet, if the match ends with Mandy losing, because I don't see Sonya losing this match, what if Mandy loses the match, and instead of Mandy getting her hair cut, which I don't think is going to happen, just look at the woman. Can you imagine her bald? WWE cutting a blonde woman's hair in 2020? I don't see that happening. I would see Sonya bald over Mandy. I don't see Mandy being bald. So Otis comes down and he gives up his Money in the Bank briefcase to save Mandy's hair. She goes on to be the Money in the Bank briefcase holder, cashes in on Bayley, wins the SmackDown Championship during Bayley's match, and that's it. Sonya walks out of SummerSlam as the SmackDown Women's Champion because she was gifted this briefcase from Otis. Bayley and Asuka, Sasha and Asuka. Asuka is going to beat Sasha. Asuka is not going to beat Bayley. Honestly. Asuka can't beat Bayley because she's not a SmackDown superstar. So if you really want this to be a situation of, a friendship being deteriorating, Bayley should lose her championship. Sasha should lose her championship. Sonya walks out of SummerSlam with the SmackDown Women's Championship because she was gifted a briefcase from Otis. You'll never see it coming. You'll never see it coming. Either that or the hair. But I don't think WWE is that bright to do something that out there. But it fits into the whole tagline, you'll never see it coming. And that's what I talked about on the show that I recorded on Thursday morning. So I talked about that with a few people that I go back and forth with on pro wrestling. And that was one of the ideas that we came up with. It's probably not a very creative idea, but I mean, what the fuck are you doing with Otis? You're not doing anything with Otis. WWE's got no plans to do anything with Otis. And for all the people that say, oh, he won the briefcase to cash in on the tag team championships, why the fuck would he do that? If I'm Tucker and I'm looking at Otis do that, I'm saying, bro, what the fuck are you doing? I don't want your briefcase cashed in for the tag team titles. Go and win the Universal Championship. I said it then, I'll say it now. I said it when Money in the Bank was happening. It defeats the purpose of Money in the Bank. Cash in on a tag team championship? Come on, man. Sounds like a dumb idea if I ever heard one. So that's that. Very interesting. I'm very much looking forward to Sonya and Mandy Rose at SummerSlam. Nikki Cross sat backstage and said Alexa Bliss seemed a little bit off. Yeah, she was off the show. Maybe we'll see her at SummerSlam. We don't know yet. But she said she's different in some way and she can't put her finger on it. She said Alexa is warm, caring, and funny, and that person is gone. It scares me. I just have a feeling that something terrible is about to happen. She leaned back in her chair and got all emotional and looked like she was going to cry. She's crying. Oh, Nikki Cross is crying, folks. You're crying over Alexa Bliss. Meanwhile, you had 4 women's championship matches and you didn't win the fucking title. You're crying over Alexa Bliss. Give me a break. So we got AJ Styles versus Jeff Hardy for the Intercontinental Championship. Not much of a match here. I really didn't care. The whole story of the match was Jeff Hardy's leg that AJ Styles took out in the beginning of the show. So the bell rang with, I'd say, a half an hour left in the show. And looking at the time when this match started, there's no way that these guys were going 30 minutes. So I knew something was going to happen at the end of the show that did not involve the IC title. So we got a quick commercial break here. Styles was in control when we came back from commercial break. Hardy tried to make a babyface comeback. Styles cut it off with an enziguri. Hardy went for a phenomenal forearm. Or actually, I'm sorry, Styles went for a phenomenal forearm. Hardy moved, punched him in the midsection, midair. Styles then came back with a calf crusher. Hardy crawled over to the bottom rope to break the calf crusher. Styles then started going after Hardy's knee, tried to set up for the Styles clash. Hardy hit Styles with his knee brace to escape, which was in the Styles clash position. So Hardy was up in the Styles clash position and kind of gave him an axe kick while he was upside down, caught AJ in the side of the head, and then he delivered a twist of fate. AJ Styles was down. He was unconscious. Graves was yelling, "That's a weapon. That's not a brace. That's a weapon." Hardy climbed up to the top rope, landed a swanton bomb. 1, 2, 3, and we have a new Intercontinental Champion. Jeff Hardy is now a 5-time Intercontinental Champion. I don't really understand that logic there. AJ Styles, he just won the championship. So my only thought here is, okay, Hardy is the Intercontinental Champion. They're keeping it in the mid-card. Because realistically, you look at it, AJ Styles is on a brand. He's the number 1 guy on that brand. If you really look at it. Roman ain't coming back. Brock Lesnar's on Raw. There's not a draft until October. I don't know what WWE is going to do to reshuffle these shows. AJ Styles was a main event world champion superstar holding an Intercontinental Championship. Now, I like that because I think it brings more credibility to the championship, and I feel like WWE didn't really even explore anything with AJ Styles as the Intercontinental Champion. I really don't. The only thing I could possibly think of is he gave the title to Hardy. One of 2 things happened here. One, they gave Hardy the championship to move AJ into the main event and have him go after the Universal Championship. And two, I don't know how long Jeff Hardy has on his contract. WWE might be using the IC title to sweeten the pot and kind of convince Jeff Hardy to stay with the WWE because he's in the last year of his contract. I don't know. But I think it's more so a mixture of both, but more so the first one. I honestly think they're moving AJ Styles to the main event because other than that, this doesn't even make sense. It really doesn't even make sense. AJ just won the championship. He's done nothing with it. The money match that WWE botched already was Matt Riddle versus AJ Styles. They botched that. Gave it to you twice in the first month. Matt Riddle even made his SmackDown debut. That should have been your SummerSlam match. You should have been telling the story of Matt Riddle grinding to get to that point. But he's embroiled in a fucking feud with Baron Corbin. Now Jeff Hardy's the Intercontinental Champion. What do? You got Sheamus. You got Corbin. You got Big E. Who do you got in the mid-card? It automatically, to me, kind of devalues the Intercontinental Championship just based on the future of Jeff Hardy's opponents. I don't understand it. WWE simply doesn't know what they want to do with their fucking creative. That's what it boils down to. Styles was throwing a fit, complaining to Joseph Park backstage. Kayla asked if he was overconfident. Styles was very angry, and Joseph Park looked very upset for Mr. Styles. Firefly Funhouse ended the show. Bray Wyatt was in the Firefly Funhouse. He asked everyone to come closer because he has to tell them a little secret, and he says, I love you. I love you. He did his good old Bruce Pritchard impersonation. Everybody cheered. The puppets cheered. He talked about love and how too much love can turn a field of flowers into a grotesque wasteland. Sounds like SmackDown. SmackDown is a grotesque wasteland. Bruce. He said, take Braun Strowman and Alexa Bliss, for example. So we had a puppet theater, a puppet show, with Braun Strowman and Alexa Bliss being played by Huskus and Rambling Rabbit in a bad wig. So Rambling Rabbit said that there is still something special between them. Then Bray walked in and he yelled, cut, as if he was some director of a movie. So he stood there with his arms crossed. What the freaking heck is going on in here, guys, he said. That is not how it all went down. So Rambling Rabbit said he got lost in the moment. Bray told them both to get lost. Bray said, love can only lead to pain and suffering. He said the Fiend is built on rage and fueled by anger. Kind of sounds like what I am built on when I do this show talking about Raw and SmackDown. Said he cannot wait to get his hands on Braun. He then paused, looked angry, smiled, and said, what took you so long? And then Braun attacked him out of nowhere, sideswiping him. Braun attacked him in the Firefly Funhouse. So they left the Funhouse. We seen Braun pounding on Bray Wyatt. And all of a sudden, we start seeing them brawling backstage. Now, the first thought in my mind is, wow, man, what a presentation of the Firefly Funhouse, man. You can't even pretend that Bray Wyatt is in some unknown fucking dimension or somewhere off the set, right? They're brawling backstage after he infiltrated the Firefly Funhouse. You can't even keep it as a fucking thing, right? You can't even let me imagine that the Funhouse is somewhere else out of the Amway Center. He was doing the Funhouse, and all of a sudden we see them brawling in the back. So, okay. Bray Wyatt is doing the Funhouse, and every Funhouse is in the fucking backstage area. You can't even leave that open for interpretation. How stupid. It's like WWE doesn't care. Now, I may be complaining for the sake of complaining, but nothing, like I said before, nothing remains special. Let me think that this guy is somewhere else doing the fucking Funhouse. He's on the set of a movie or something, or he's in his fucking home. Whatever. Oh my God, look, the Funhouse is happening backstage with everything else. in the WWE. Look, they're brawling backstage. This is why I hate this show. This is why I hate this show. So they're brawling backstage. Braun dragged Bray Wyatt to a loading dock. He chokeslams him off the loading dock. So the first thing in my mind is, oh, look, they're going back to the well with Braun Strowman. What do we do with Braun Strowman now? We fucked him up for 3 years. Let's go back and do what we did when everybody loved him and when he was popular. So we'll do that Braun Strowman again. Too little, too late, WWE. Too little, too late. Doesn't matter if Braun's a face or a heel. I don't give a shit. We seen it. I don't care for your rinse and repeat tactics here with Braun Strowman. He's a one-trick pony. He's fucking Milli Vanilli. He's Vanilla Ice. And I don't even want to disrespect Rob Van Winkle that way. Jesus Christ. He's a one-hit wonder. He's got nothing. He's got nothing. Honestly. So he chokeslams Bray Wyatt off the loading dock. This was a significant fall, says Corey Graves. So an ambulance backed up. Ambulance was right there on scene. We had all these producers and medics and fucking backstage personnel come over here. So they put him on a gurney. They lifted him up, put him on the gurney, rolled him into the ambulance. And then the ambulance was just sitting there. We had a guy go into the fucking ambulance with Bray Wyatt, close the door, right? The ambulance stayed there for about a minute. It slowly starts exiting the building. You don't see the gate come up. The ambulance gets to the gate. It starts backing up. All of a sudden, Adam Pearce is there asking, what's going on? He's screaming. You're going the wrong way. Get this guy out of here. You're going the wrong way. All of a sudden, the camera looks at the ambulance. It was on Pearce. It looks at the ambulance. The back of the ambulance is now riddled with red light. Smoke coming out of the back of the ambulance. The Fiend emerges from the ambulance. Braun Strowman is where? I don't know. Where did he go? Did he think his work was done? Braun is as dumb as I think he is. So the Fiend is standing there. Everybody's like shocked. Like they're watching fucking some horror unfold right before their eyes. This was reminiscent of a sci-fi fucking D-level horror movie. With this acting and the way this was produced. He comes out, he emerges from the fucking ambulance. He sticks his tongue out through the mask, starts laughing, and then SmackDown goes off the air. So, I don't really know why any of this was necessary. I mean, was I supposed to feel bad for Bray Wyatt? Because he got thrown off the loading dock and he got loaded into an ambulance. Where was Braun Strowman? Why did he disappear? I actually thought Braun Strowman was the one driving the ambulance. I thought he was going to do some fucking stupid shit like we usually see Braun Strowman do. Crash the ambulance, overturn the ambulance with Bray Wyatt in it. Nothing. He just emerged from the ambulance. No Alexa Bliss. None of this really mattered in the grand scheme of the story. Alexa Bliss wasn't there. This was completely unnecessary going into SummerSlam. This actually did absolutely nothing to get me interested in their match at SummerSlam. In fact, it actually made things worse. I think everybody's just hanging on to the Alexa Bliss angle in this thing because she's the one little caveat here that has the most intrigue. Nothing about Bray Wyatt is intriguing anymore. Nothing about Braun Strowman is or was ever intriguing. The story between Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt and their history in the Wyatt family, nobody gives a fuck about that. They ran out of ideas because there was no story there. That's why Alexa Bliss is here. The reason why Alexa Bliss is added in this storyline is because there was barely anything to tell between Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt. They tried to get 4 months out of a history angle here between Bray and Braun that barely could get you half a month. So much so that they brought back the Eater of Worlds, Bray Wyatt, just to continue the story because they had to bury him one more time. This was absolutely ridiculous, man. Goofy Fiend. Goofy Fiend. It's like I'm watching a fucking Disney cartoon. That's your SmackDown review. 803 likes, man. We need 200 more likes for 1,000. Can we get there? I gave you guys the best SmackDown review in the entire IWC. I don't ask anything from you. 200 likes. Hit that fucking like button and let's support the podcast. We're going to go over some super chats, man. Let's, what do I got lined up for music tonight? Let me see. What do I got? Yeah, man. Let's chill. Grab a beverage. We'll go over these super chats. Hang out for a little bit. Start at the top, man. Popo Jr. $2 super chat. What's up, brother? MJF 2020 uses the hashtag MJF 2020. Absolutely. Hey, Dennis, a cold menace. I know you're watching, geek. Speak for yourself and your miserable fans when you speak about Bray, you clown. Oh my God, man, your words. They stab like fucking Bruce and his shitty fucking pen. And his shitty creative writing. I know you're watching Dennis the Menace, you fucking geek. Bray sucks. Okay? Go watch SummerSlam last year and watch the deterioration of your fucking Fiend. Am I watching the Fiend or am I watching the Friend? Clown. Guy was buried in Saudi Arabia. You're more than welcome to go find him. I don't know what you're expecting from Bray Wyatt. He's gonna win the Universal title to do what? Drop it to Roman? Buried. Your Fiend should have still been the Universal Champion going into SummerSlam. Your Fiend should have won the title at WrestleMania to make up for the mistake in February. Go fuck yourself. This is my fucking realm. I don't want you here. Why? Because clearly, you're just like the rest of the fucking WWE roster. Clueless. Clip that and put it on your fucking Twitter account. I'll give you all the fame you want, motherfucker. Buried. Don't fuck with me, man. I'll be here all night. Daniel Easter Day, $2, brother. What's up, man? I'm not looking forward to SummerSlam or TakeOver. Betcha Dennis A. Menace is looking forward to SummerSlam like a fucking virgin. Maybe he was one of the fucking people in the Thunderdome. Waving your arms around with no fucking sound. Daniel Easter Day, another $2. A little extra support for the show. OTS #1. Popo Jr. Man, you guys are fucking great, man. Thank you. Popo Jr. $5 super chat. I can't watch the show. The virtual dead crowd was so distracting. They were super delayed. They were just staring at Otis dancing with no emotion. So they're sitting there watching the show like I watch the show with no fucking emotion. Every single week. Thank you for the super chats, both Daniel and Popo. Appreciate you guys. Jacob Donnelly, $10 super chat. What's up, brother? Just my opinion, but the Thunderdome feels no different than the PC shows. I actually miss the fucking PC shows. Give me Shotzi and fucking Casey and, what's her name? Kaden Carter or Xia Li. Boogs! My boy Boogs, my fellow metalhead Boogs. Where's he at? Got these fucking geeks on the wall. They piped in the crowd noise. It's obnoxious. And it's not like anyone was reacting much anyway. Fucking waste of time. Popo Jr., man. Another $2 bomb here. OTS community watching. Guy Fieri. Hell yeah. Absolutely, man. My boy Guy. Telling you, man. I'm telling you, I'm gonna go to one of these food and wine festivals. I'm gonna meet Guy. I'm gonna tell him, bro, listen, I love you. I'm a wrestling podcaster. I mention it on the show all the time. Can you do an intro for me, please? This is Guy Fieri, and I'm rolling out. And you're listening to Off the Script. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. It's gonna be glorious when it does. I'll break the fucking internet. Just like I broke Dennis A. Menace's spirit, clown. I know you're still watching from the fucking shadows now. How's that bench? It's cold and wet, I know. Daniel Easterday with another $4 super chat. There's no point for Thunderdome. He said Superdome. What are you, Hogan, bro? Silverdome, Superdome, Thunderdome, Thunder Home. Thank you, man. Popo Jr. $5 super chat. Smash that like button, people. OTS Nation, the best community in the IWC. Join Team OTS. JD deserves the likes for what he does. We're almost there, guys. 896 likes. We got another 104 to go. What's going on? I think the fucking promo on Dennis A. Menace deserves it. Boy, oh boy, Ulysses. What's up, man? He's got a 5, a 2, and a 2. $9. As good as the Thunderdome looked, seeing virtual fans make me worry about if the new normal, aka NWO, is permanent. I hate this new normal BS, JD. Yeah, me too. Ulysses Smith. He also says, better having talent in the crowd, like you said. Sonya Deville is a beast. She can be a legit star. Absolutely, man. JP5150, $10 bomb. JD, after what happened to Sonya getting nearly assaulted by that dreadful inadequacy called human, I'm so glad she's okay, and she has indeed impressed me. The show unfortunately has not. Bro, when Bruce impresses you, bro, you let me know. Because when you're impressed, that means I'll be impressed. And when I'm impressed, everybody's going to be impressed. It's the way it works. Hopefully you had a nice cold beverage to ease the pain of this show tonight. Bad Bonzo 98, what's up, man? Hey, JD, did you get my email? F a Shane, we need Triple H. I gotta look at my email, man. I don't really check my email that often. I'm lazy with it. I'll go and check after the show is over. Laura Conway, $4.99. Hey, JD, thank you for always giving us the best OTS. You rock. You rock, Laura. Hope you and the husband are well. Team Forward, $2 super chat. Didn't watch SmackDown. I was watching Lucifer. So you were watching Vince McMahon. Awesome. Never watched the show before. It is what it is. Dylan's wrestling stuff, $10 bomb. Yep, we knew it. It was a failure. I gotta watch. Is Fightful calling it a success? What about Wrestling Inc? And fucking Shill Houseman over there? What is everybody else saying? I don't know. Alex, $2 super chat. Chris, BS, son David, leader of Retribution. What? Chris, BS, son David, leader of Retribution. David Benoit? I don't know what you mean there, bro. I don't think WWE has the talent to write why Retribution even exists. Magnificent Swag with a $10 bomb. I told y'all, my brother JD don't lie. I'm off to work, but you know I'm here showing the appreciation. Like I said earlier, just hope you get a good SummerSlam. OTS 339 was epic. Always part of my fam, JD. Bro, you gotta go listen to 340. 339 was last weekend, man. 340 is just as good. More coming tomorrow. 925 likes. Get it up, guys. 75 more. You guys can do it. Gregory Benson, $4.99. This song I got from Dr. Disrespect Stream, by the way. Shout out to the doc. It's fucking beast. Gregory Benson, $4.99. I'd much rather be there live in person giving a genuine reaction versus being at home in my living room. Listen, bro. You'll actually have more restrictions watching from home than if you were actually at a WWE show in person. It's fucking ridiculous. It sucks. Wilhelm Rupenshire. Quite the name you got there, bro, with a 666 donation. Not one of those Retribution geeks sold the beating they took, yet Strowman downs Gulak in one blow. Not one superstar tried to unmask these punks. Like I mentioned before, bro, I know what I'm talking about. I want to see how many fucking podcasts tonight mention the shit that I mentioned tonight. I guarantee you 0. The only one that would maybe mention it is my boy BC. That's it. BC Amplified. He'll mention it tomorrow. Guarantee. If not, I'll be surprised. Gregory Benson. Another $4.99. JD, just wait till they get sub-zero ratings down the road. Oh, by the way, I forgot to mention this. You guys can clip this too. Somebody clip this part of the fucking show for me, please. The ratings tomorrow will reflect a debut season premiere. Everybody's going to be jumping for joy. Oh, look, it worked. Oh, it worked. Fuck the marks. Fuck the negativity. Fuck JD. Watch. Watch. It's going to reflect a season premiere debut episode. The rating you need to be looking at is in week 3, week 4, week 5. Because you're going to get over a 2 tomorrow, no question. I guarantee you WWE is going to do at least a 2.5 tomorrow. But week 3, week 4, week 5, you're going to see it go to a 2.2, 2.1, and right back to where it is now, 1.8. So you can't base this thing off of one show. You can't. I'm going to stop you right there. The Messiah has spoken. Moving on here, man. Drone 3XX. $10 super chat. Hey, what's up? My first stream catching you live. I've been following you for a while. Well, welcome here, my friend. Hopefully you enjoyed. Rupenshire with another $2. Vince's dream come true. He controls the fans' reactions. Of course he is. He micromanages the shit out of this show, so now he's doing it to all the fucking geeks on the screen. Brian Gates, $5 super chat. JD, big fan of this company. Oh, big fan and this company sucks. And tell Master Bryce 890 about Impact Wrestling. Master Bryce 890 about Impact Wrestling? They suck. Who the fuck watches Impact Wrestling? Donnie Films, $5 super chat. The WWE lasers made JD sick. Yeah. They're making me sick now. I gotta run to the fucking bathroom. Thank you for the $5, Donnie. Josh Renner, $10 super chat. Honestly, I was intrigued at first to see how the show's Thunderdome crap would work, but from the sound of it, I made the right choice not to watch Whack Down tonight. Thanks for taking the bullet for me, man. Bro, I'm like fucking Neo in the Matrix. I'm taking bullets every fucking week for you guys and dodging every one of them. Cesar Enrique, $1.99. This is my type of question right here. JD, what is your opinion on Dragon Force? This is a real question, bro. Dragon Force is fucking great. Man, oh man, Mark Hudson's a fucking beast. Mark Hudson's better than ZP, in my honest opinion. The Power Within is their best album. I was listening to them before, man. Some of their best work actually came on not this last album, the last album. Curse of Darkness, Land of Shattered Dreams, classic Dragon Force. Love them. Seen them twice. Can't wait to actually attend the show again, but I love them. Jacob Donnelly, $5 super chat. I stumbled upon a picture on Twitter of someone sleeping in the Thunderdome. I seen it, bro. Blanking it all. I seen it. I know exactly what you're talking about, bro. It's what I look like during Raw every Monday. Stu Sexton, $5 super chat. Stu is new in the Discord. What's up, man? Glad to be part of the Discord server, and thanks for being the best in the IWC. Hope work's going well for you, bro. Quintendo, $4.99. People in the crowd were sleeping on their phones and just sitting on their... Sitting like statues. It was terrible. AEW is bringing back live fans, so I'm with AEW. I think we're all with AEW, bro. Blue Eyes White Dragon Z, $1.99. I forgot that Sean's View has a 1-inch dick. You didn't hear it from me. Gregory Benson. I wish Vince McMahon was there to announce he was stepping down. I think we all could benefit from that, JD. Absolutely. Bro, when Vince steps down, I'm going to Stanford at Titan Tower and I'm fucking wrapping balloons around the fucking front door. Thank God. Seriously. Kairos, Objective, $5 super chat. What's up, man? Been enjoying your work for a long time now. It was nice meeting y'all. Tall dude in the hallway back at StarCast. Before All Out. Keep doing you. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for being a part of the elite here on OTS. Maybe there'll be another StarCast. Hopefully. Francis Loop, $10 super chat. Great beginning to SmackDown. I love the gang warfare stuff. For a second, I thought it was AEW because there was someone as small as Marco Stunt. He was standing in the corner to the right of Bray Wyatt. You may be the only one, bro. You're enjoying this Retribution shit? Man, the fucking logic gaps and the Antifa-like fucking feel they give. Ugh. I appreciate you, though. Thank you for the $10. Mr. Premium 2002, $4.99. I heard that the Sandman paid a visit to the Thunderdome tonight. This boring show opened for a bunch of easy prey. Bro, don't disrespect the Sandman like that, please. Please. Sandman should have kendo sticked everybody and spilled beer on all those fucking geeks tonight. Marty Banks, $5 super chat. Says nothing. Thank you, Marty. Mr. Premium 2002 with another $5. They'll blame the Thunderdome as soon as the ratings come in and they continue to get lower and lower. Brother, the ratings are going to be up tomorrow. When the ratings dip, I want to see how many fucking people blame the Thunderdome. It'll be exactly what I said it was. All this week, I ranted on it. 5-6 weeks from now, it's going to be the same shit you've been watching all year. Shitty creative. A bad television show is a bad television show. Doesn't matter what building it is. Please. Your grandmother could be cooking fucking Sunday pasta in the background. I don't give a fuck where it is. Write me a good television show. And you know your grandma's sauce is fucking good. Jericho, 8131, $10 super chat. Had a bad day. May you do the Braun Strowman runs fast impression just once. I run fast. Wood. Jaden Mercer, $4.99. Hi, JD. I'm still training. I lost you. Where the fuck did you go? My God, all these super chats are coming in. How many more I got? Okay. I lost you, man. Oh, there he is. Jaden Mercer, $4.99. Hi, JD. I'm still training with Hornswoggle in Wisconsin. Any advice for an up-and-comer in the business? Love your content. Training to be what? A wrestler? I can't give you any wrestling advice, bro. I'm not a wrestler. I'm a commentator. But I will say this. Always be true to yourself, please. Don't take the cheap way out. Don't get ahead because of politics, or don't rub up to the fucking management or anybody. Work and get by through hard work. Seriously. It'll pay off for you better in the end, really. And everything that you do, all the success will be a lot sweeter in the end. Because at that point, you'll know you deserve it. Thank you for the $4.99, man. Indigo, $2. Hey, JD, can't wait for your content this weekend. It's a lot of it, bro. There is a lot of it. Willie Frederick, $1 super chat. Thank you, brother. World of Wrestling. Did I play this song already? I'm not sure. We'll play it again anyway. It's a good tune. World of Wrestling, $5 super chat. JD, I hope you find another promotion that will bring the same revenue. You reviewing WWE because they suck. Ain't happening, man. It is not happening. Kelvin, $4.99. Which veteran women's wrestler do you think AEW should sign to help their women's division? I don't know, man. It certainly ain't fucking who they got on the show right now. Tay Conti is someone that I think could be very impressive if given the opportunity to go. Ivelisse is good. Diamante needs some work. Anna Jay has the look. She's green as grass. She's got potential. They got Sheeta. You bring back a Bea Priestley every now and then. They had Shauna. What happened to her? I don't know. What was that one? Jamie Hayter that they brought over from Stardom too. She was great the couple of times that she was there. Deonna Purrazzo's working on a date-by-date basis for Impact. Bring her in. There really is nobody though, man. I don't know. Women's wrestling's pretty dried up. WWE has sucked all the fucking well dry with women's wrestling. It's tough. Micah, $1.99. What if Sami Zayn returns and we get Sami Zayn versus Hardy? It's possible. Sami Zayn could also be a part of Retribution, to be quite honest with you. Sami Zayn could be leading Retribution for all we fucking know. He's got a reason to do it. Keep that in mind. Sami Zayn may be leading Retribution. Took the title from him. Stripped him undeservedly. He has every reason to be in a mood to get Retribution against WWE. BEK from Houston, Texas, $5 super chat. JD, you are the best. I have your JD Elite shirt. Shout out, bro. I appreciate that, man. It's a great looking shirt. Go and get the new one. JD's Negan. Bonfire. Nightbot is leaving it in the chat. Lord Zero of House Fucksgiven with a $5 super chat. Maybe Roman comes back at SummerSlam and turns heel. Yeah, that'll be something you'll never see coming. I still wouldn't actually watch these shows, but no one would see that coming. Absolutely. Roman should have turned heel 3 or 4 different times already, and WWE didn't go through with it. David Works, $2. How excited are you for All Out now that fans are back? More excited than I was for Double or Nothing, that's for sure. Bad Bonzo, $2. Check out some of Polaris. Their newest album is awesome. I've never heard of them before, bro. I will check them out. Phil, $4.99. I want that Guy Fieri intro so bad now. You just made my day. OTS is the best. Got that like button, or hit that like button. You clowns, love you, brother. Appreciate you, man. It will happen. Wow, we got a couple of $20 bombs here, man. Michael Reed with a $20 bomb. Hey, JD, it's Lamar's24. I follow you on Twitch. I've been watching and supporting you for years. Thank you for what you do. I even bought the black mask, and I have the Do It, They Do It for Roman t-shirt. Thoughts on Kalisto? Heel, yeah? I think so. I think that would be a great Kalisto. He looks fantastic. Thank you for $20, bro. I'll be on Twitch soon. More Fall Guys. We'll have fun over there. We got Keithka. Roth, $20. JD, never change. You are awesome. Are you a wrestling belt collector like myself? I am not, bro. I am not. I got a old school winged eagle belt, but it is in rough shape right now. Gotta get myself some new ones. Michael Reed, $10 super chat. 30 in total here. Thank you so much, man. By the way, can you call me and my daughter Saraya a goon? And do you have any recommendations for a hard cider to try? Saraya and Michael, you both are the absolute epitome of goons. Any recommendations for a hard cider? You know what? I'm going to look it up right now. I forgot the name of it. It's from Southern Tier. Cider. It's a great one. It is, let me see. I don't know the name of it. It's from Southern Tier. Boot Media in the chat. What is that Southern Tier cider? The one with the ginger and the apple. Leave it in the chat for my friend here, Michael. Inverted, what's up, my friend? Avengers Beta free. I'm not sure I'll be on. Hoop Media's linking it. Honey Ginger, Michael. Honey Ginger from Southern Tier. Thank you, Hoop Media. You do a wonderful job. I don't know if I'm going to be on PS4 Inverted. I'll be on next week. Highly thinking about buying PGA 2K21. Highly. How many of you guys want to see me play golf on Twitch? Me and my fucking polo shirts. Chris Drum Magic, $3.99. Vince is trying to kill his own company. And he will do so before he dies. Absolutely. Darius, the official, $4.99. I just started to get used to the NXT crowd. Now this Thunderdome crap. It's terrible, man. Absolutely awful. Prodigy, $5. Saw the rules for SummerSlam livestream. Did the Bruce and Vince. Lord, I can't do it with this show. Thunderdome was an absolute eyesore. It's terrible, man. They got more rules and restrictions for this Thunderdome shit than they do for an actual human being attending these shows. David Works, $2 super chat. What is your most anticipated PS5 game? Horizon 2. No. Spider-Man. Spider-Man, no question. I love Spider-Man for PS4. Project Pat with a $40 bomb, you fucking beast. I just hit my 6th month as a channel member. Love OTS and love the Discord. Keep it up, brother. Project, thank you so much, man. Look at everybody in the chat with that little off-the-script logo. There you go. I see Daniel East today in the chat. Thank you so much, man, for the $40. And thank you for being a part of the Discord. Some good peeps over there. Me Wilson, $4.99. Hi, JD. My name is Carlos. I just wanted to say that... when I started your videos, I was doing happy because I dealt with depression. But you helped me be better. I appreciate that, Carlos. Hope you're feeling better, my friend. Always here to help. I'm glad people find the podcast to be therapeutic when they need it to be. Chris, $4.99. What's up, JD? Can't wait for your content this weekend. Does Edge take the WWE Championship from Orton at the Royal Rumble or WrestleMania? Yes. I booked this to perfection weeks ago. It's not a coincidence you're seeing it in the rumors right now because everybody listens to the fucking smartest guy in the IWC. Mike the Ruler, $2. Can get videos of JD raging on Call of Duty again. Not when they're as bad as Modern Warfare. Modern Warfare is the worst Call of Duty that they've ever created. Ever. I gotta wait for fucking Treyarch and Vonderhaar to hopefully give me a good game that I can actually play for 12 months. We got DeQuinski Sims, $9.99. Thanks, JD, for being one of the few YouTubers to give an honest view on the product that we have to suffer through. Well, if you go to Reddit, I'm the fucking Antichrist over there. Don't worry, man. I'm not changing. Thank you for being here and appreciating the honesty. Ulysses, $5. Like Jericho said, stupid idea from Bad Creative Show tonight. Let's see how they fuck up TakeOver. Cross and Scarlett remind me of Shao Kahn and Sindel. Drawn, again, $5. I'd like to see Tessa Blanchard in AEW. Could be good. She's ending up in the E, though. Ulysses again with a $5 bomb. Without going into detail, because I know you don't want to, but you and Joe Cronin still cool. Will y'all work together again? Also do a collab with BC. Probably don't see me and Joe working again together. I'm much better off by myself. Joe's cool, though. I wish him nothing but the best. A collab with BC is more likely. For sure. Jaden, $4.99. Yes, I'm training as a wrestler in Wisconsin. I'm curious to know what you think makes a great pro wrestler. I love your stuff. Never stop being you. All I can say is, bro, just learn. Gather all the knowledge you can and learn everything. And perfect what you're learning. If Hornswoggle cares about his students like I know Red and Brian and everybody associated with House of Glory cares about their students, they'll do the work for you. They'll come up with the gimmicks, the characters, the direction, whatever. Worry about you. Perfect your craft. Make him proud. That's all I could say. Larry, $5. Have a coffee on me, brother, because I love you. Thank you, Larry. Coffee is my middle name. Elite Takeover PS4, $2. Sup, JD. SmackDown was in the Beaver Dome tonight. Oh, is that what we're calling it? The fucking Beaver Dome? I don't know, man. SmackDown sucked tonight. Guys, I'm getting out of here. I appreciate you. Bro, we got 8 likes to go. 8 likes. For 1,000. Really? That's like me delivering a fucking 5-course spectacular meal and you leaving me like a $2 tip. Really? Come on. 6 more. 6 more. Honestly. 5 more. 5 more. 1 more. 1. There you go. Was that so hard? Huh? That was not hard at all, man. All right, guys, I'm getting out of here. I appreciate you all. Thank you to Sal Rex for the Beast thumbnail. Thank you to Jesse and Hoot Media for modding, as always. Watch Off the Script, man. Excellent show from this afternoon. Go and check it out. I'm on my game, as always. Tomorrow's Off the Script, going up early. We got TakeOver tomorrow. I'll be live right here talking TakeOver. Might even be with Jesse. We don't know. I gotta see what he's doing. TakeOver live tomorrow. Off the Script in the afternoon. SummerSlam preview and predictions. And then we got SummerSlam on Sunday night. I'll be live all weekend, and I'll be on Twitter. We'll talk about it on there. Follow me on there, at JD from NY206. Guys, I love you. Thank you for making this the #1 stream tonight in the IWC for SmackDown. Fuck those other guys. You want the honesty, you want the truth about the shit you watched tonight in the Thunderdome. You don't go anywhere but JD. Lance Lewis, $2. Demon Balor vs. Karrion Kross at the final TakeOver. I don't think Balor needs a championship match at all. He's not there to win championships. He's there to put people over. Guys, I'm getting out of here. Love you. I'll see you tomorrow for OTS and NXT.